We're kind of getting into the season of where sickness starts coming around. Can you remember any times to where you had helped a family overcome some of that stuff?
Yeah, it's actually one of my favorite times just because they followed up with me. Not only do they live in my neighborhood, but I consider them close friends. So they were having breathing issues. Specifically, the wife had asthma, and it was really bad. She was hitting her inhaler quite a few times a day, and they expressed, they came up to me and they asked if I'd look over. I did find biological growth throughout the ductwork. So at that point, right off the bat, we need to clean the ducting.
So like when you say biological growth, like, is that just like something that gets in there and just kind of keeps spreading until it's taken care of?
Yeah, basically. And there could be a few root reasons: oversized or undersized equipment, maybe too much condensation, maybe it's just extremely high humidity in the home that we need to identify. We want to start the process with using ionization, such as an air purifier. And what we offer is a REME HALO, and that was the main thing that I wanted to present to them for air purification. We can get you as close to hospital grade air as everyone out there. The Thunder Stadium, they have what's called air scrubbers. This is just the residential version. We could ionize. Not only will it help with their breathing issues, it mitigates dust. So what it does is it bonds to all the dust in the air, all the particulates, and it actually makes them heavier. So anytime that you go in with a vacuum, with a broom, and you start sweeping, you get about 30 to 50% worth of that dust and that dirt and the dog hair and the human hair, all stuff like that, actually collects inside. But the rest of it kicks up into the system and it starts circulating through your home. So to mitigate that, we install this ionizer, and it helps keep that down, and you can actually pick up a lot more and be a lot more efficient. So over time, you actually don't have to clean your house as often. You don't notice dust sitting on your TVs, you don't, on your coffee table, stuff like that. This helped with candles. The burning candle smell didn't last as long. And if it seems to be a little bit too potent for you, we can actually dial that smell down for you. So there's a lot of benefits with that air purification that came in too. Now, to return back to that story, after we did that, we also did a Aprilaire filter racks, just an increased, upgraded filter rack. And what those did was they connected to the base, the brackets, creating the minimalized airflow bypass. So that airflow bypass actually keeps the system cleaner longer, keeps the blower cleaner longer, keeps the evaporator cleaner longer, and so that dials down how much you have to maintain your system. Typical is 5 years on cleanings, typical, just depending on the home. But with that being said, you're saving money 3 ways, right? You've got clean air, you're saving on your inhaler, then you've got your cleaning of the unit. She came back to me and said that she no longer has to use her inhaler near as much.
So there was a huge difference in just like doing the REME HALO, the filtration upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
There was a direct effect on how many times she was using her inhaler.
Yeah, but no, we were only in that customer's house for 2.5 hours, and we completed upgraded filtration for the home. We completed the air purification and cleaned all of the ducting, return and supply ducting, and created basically back to ground zero where they could, get clean air. She comes back to me. Normally it's like 3-6 months that they start noticing the effects of having their air cleaner. It only took 2 weeks. For this customer, and it blew
That's
my
crazy.
mind. And I was so happy for them.